loved this rosary, which had been gifted to me out of love and deep affection. I used that frequently for alleviating my anxiety and stress. Holding that brought me such comfort. As a result, the crucifix eventually fractured into 3 pieces. I am not yet a baptized Catholic, so I was very worried and posted about that. Someone told me I should bury the crucifix in my yard, and so I did that. I buried that in the yard. After a day or two, I noticed while watering the garden that there was something sticking up out of the ground near where I planted that crucifix. I came closer, and I saw white flowers. We didn't plant these. So I checked on Google and discovered these are called Madonna lilies. I was so shocked because of that I immediately called my mom and dad. I told my mother, and she said that's impossible because we never planted any white lilies. She didn't believe me until I sent her the photos. When she opened the image, she just went quiet and said, "Wow, I have no words. I really think that is a miracle." One comment says, "Saint Therese of Lisieux has entered the chat." In short, her nickname is the Little Flower. Her holiness came not from grandiose acts, but rather from living her everyday life for God. Hence her being content with being a little flower, as opposed to big, beautiful ones like other saints whose accomplishments were grander and more well-known. Her autobiography, Story of a Soul, is a must-read, especially as you journey towards baptism and confirmation. What a beautiful sign for you to receive. Another comment says, "In Christian tradition and artwork, Saint Joseph is frequently depicted holding a staff with lilies blooming from it. This imagery stems from a legend suggesting a miraculous sign to determine God's chosen husband for Mary. According to this legend, when it was time for Mary to be wed, a group of eligible men, including Joseph, gathered at the temple. Each man brought his staff and laid it on the altar overnight. The following morning, only Joseph's staff was found to have blossomed with lilies, and in some versions, a dove flew from it, signifying God's divine selection of Joseph to be Mary's spouse and the earthly foster father of Jesus. The lilies are commonly understood to represent Joseph's integrity, purity, and chastity in his marriage to Mary. The white petals of the lily also symbolize Mary's purity, chastity, and innocence. The University of St. Joseph CT uses this symbolism in their shield, where lilies represent St. Joseph's integrity and his role as the chaste spouse of the Virgin Mary.